Yeah, when you watch us play now, one thing that I really love going back and watching the film, the ball is moving quicker from spot to spot. People are realizing where people want the ball now. People are understanding each other a lot better. Defensively, that's where to me where I've seen the biggest adjustment with these young ladies, because now when somebody's rotating, the next person's rotating where they're supposed to be, and so defensively, if you see that fourth quarter, like against Midwestern State, where we weren't scoring, and in the past we would give up some shots. That's when the other team would actually make a real run and get back in us. Well, we didn't score, but the other team wasn't making a run. We were able to get those stops and combine those stops. And, yeah, they were able to score a couple times and get that around 4 or 6 there in the fourth quarter, and I guess, quote-unquote, make it a little bit nerve-wracking. But I knew we would get enough stops and make enough baskets to win that game. That's why I wanted not to call a timeout. I wanted those kids to fight through that, and be able to get through that. And they did. Credit the girls, and it was fun to watch. Yeah.
Just picking up some great basketball now, getting hot at the right time. It's the confidence building with this team.
Yeah, you can see it. It really goes back to, you can go all the way back to when our win against Western New Mexico. I don't know, we dropped against Eastern, but against Eastern, you still fought back, and still had a chance to win that game in the end. And then against Texas Women's, it was a back and forth affair till really the very end when we started having to foul them to try to get possessions back. But then you turn around, you beat Tyler. I think that was a big momentum for us to be able to get that one. And then these last two, you play two really good teams. Cameron just recently beat Angelo by 30, and Midwestern has competed against really almost everybody they played for. Sometimes their scores, you look at it at the end, they lost by 15 or 20. But if you actually watch the game, they did the same thing that we had to do against Texas Women's, where they're having to foul at the end. Sometimes scores can be deceiving, but they're in every game and played really, really hard. So we're really excited about the direction we're headed.
Like Max said, you guys are getting hot at the right time. The season wound down 2 weeks ago. You guys were at the back of the pack when it came to the conference. You were looking forward to getting excited what it's looking like.
Yeah, we're excited. We think the momentum is carrying over to the next. Each game, it just keeps building. And I think I said a long time ago, you want to, as a coach, you want your team to be there from the very start, maybe middle of the year, but sometimes the development with teams, you don't know when it comes, and this team is really starting to hit its stride. Obviously, you guys will talk about, we got 2 huge games this week that we got to keep that momentum going. Yeah, UTBB, they've changed a lot over the past several years. They used to play this 1-3-1, 2-1-2 type zone that they just fly everywhere and try to create havoc with it. Well, they've kind of scaled back and just gone more to man-to-man defense, and I think it's really improved their overall team, and they're really good at team defense. They keep people in front of you. Their post defender Alexis, she might be as good as there is I've seen in this league as far as one-on-one post defense. She is extremely good. And so they play really good team defense. Angelo, they have their big three still. Sawyer Lloyd, the Pleasant kid, Madeline Stevens. They're still, those big three are still there. So it's going to be tough, to go on the road and get these 2 wins. But, you like where you are heading into these 2 games, and, we'll see what we can do.
I talked a little bit about this last week, but I want to give you a chance to talk about it as well. You guys have had multiple double-digit comebacks this season, whether you won the game or not. You won most of them. Including that game against UT Tyler a week and a half ago or so, is a 33-point swing from your largest deficit to your largest lead. How do you feel about this team being a team that the other team has to beat for 4 straight quarters regardless? They have to win the entire game.
I think it's a great question. I think that speaks to the character of these young ladies that they have. They never quit, never say, never, and they've continued to fight all year. They like you said, there's been games against Eastern, for example, where we were down 21. And I actually got all the way back to tied in the game, and with the ball, the chance to take the lead, So you're absolutely right. It's when you play West Texas Lady Buffs, you're going to have to play 4 quarters. They're going to have to continue to fight. And for us, our next step is when we do get those leads. Like we had a big lead against Cameron. We've had a good-sized lead against Midwestern. Now we got to build on those leads and get the game out of reach to where we can, get in the fourth quarter and keep working on stuff, but get comfortable where we're at. So I think that's our next step, is to get those leads and then expand on them and not get comfortable and, we got a 20-point lead. Now you can't relax, because, we try to tell our girls, to your point, that you guys fight back. This other team's going to fight back. You have to keep playing. And so playing for 4 quarters is always going to be our goal.